Los Angeles. 4.5 years after the rebellion in Watts, hundreds of violent deaths, and a staggering sum in ruined lives and property, the extreme edge of the civil rights struggle has entered a new and frightening phase. 300 Los Angeles policemen are involved in a raging gun battle for nearly 5 hours. They are assaulting an office of the Black Panther Party, the most powerful militant black organization in the country. The shootout in Los Angeles was the latest in a long series of violent conflicts between police and the Panthers. It is the first stage of armed resistance, a prelude in the philosophy of the Panther Party to political revolution.
We gonna say that I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary.
Fred Hampton, deputy chairman of the Black Panther Party, age 21. 2 months after he led this rally in Chicago, Fred Hampton was shot and killed by police in a pre-dawn raid on his home. Again, each side claims the other fired first. In the past 2 years, 5 policemen and at least 10 Panthers have killed each other in gun battles. The party claims to have lost 28 members fighting police, but only 10 can be confirmed. Dozens of other Panthers have been wounded in the fighting and scores are in jail, leading the party to accuse the police of a conspiracy to exterminate them.
The United States government has a plan for genocide against our party. They're not picking any bones about it. They're killing us in our sleep.
It is apparent that the undeclared war between the police and the Panthers has reached alarming proportions. Party members at 30 chapters across the country have stockpiled arsenals of automatic weapons, shotguns, pistols, and homemade bombs. The guns, they say, are for legal self-defense. Police departments have organized special sniper squads, borrowed armored vehicles from the Army, employing the modern weapons of warfare used in Vietnam. They must be prepared, they say, for any contingency. A 3-week study by the American Civil Liberties Union charged that police action against the Panthers has amounted to provocative and even punitive harassment, defying their constitutional rights. The ACLU found no evidence of a directed national campaign to get the Panthers, but charged many high national officials with contributing to the climate of oppression and encouraging local police to initiate the crackdown. Vice President Agnew has called the Panthers a completely irresponsible, anarchistic group of criminals. FBI Director Hoover has called them the greatest danger to the internal security of the country. Local police have responded, in some cases with intelligence provided by the FBI's task force on the Panthers, by raiding virtually every local headquarters. Some offices have been ransacked, files confiscated, even burned. Denver, Colorado is as typical as any medium-sized city that has fought a continuing contest of strength, skill, and public relations with the Panthers. With the direct help of FBI agents, the police have effectively fragmented the Denver organization, penetrating the party membership, discrediting or imprisoning its leaders, and killing one person in a climactic shootout. The chief of police in Denver is George Seaton.
The Black Panther Party, as well as every other similar group, has to be dissolved, and banished. If you're going to live in this country, you ought to support the laws, the democratic principles that the country was founded on. And the Black Panther Party does not contribute one thing to that. In fact, it's designed, as far as I'm concerned, their religion, or whatever they want to call it, is designed to tear the country apart. I don't buy it. But I think the philosophy is about the same throughout the country, as far as law enforcement's concerned.
Simply stated,
there will be law and order.
And I would recommend to you that in your conversations with minority people, stay away from such euphemisms as law and order. It's going to turn them off.
A seminar in community relations for recruits in the Denver Police Department. Faced with the same problem shared by police forces around the country, Denver is trying to teach its policemen to try to improve relations with black people. At the same time, they are getting tough with the Panthers.
But you see, what disturbs black people is when white people go around beating up black people, regardless of their political or social allegiance, unless the incident is of such a nature that police action must be taken. It is important that we avoid these silly confrontations.
What policemen are taught and how they actually behave, according to high-ranking officers, is not always the same. One worried policeman says the precinct captains send their men to the course in community relations, then tell them to forget what they learned. So despite the reform programs, many policemen still have old prejudices, and the result is hostility in the ghetto. A robbery suspect is frisked in a ghetto alley by an officer of Denver's elite special service unit. Neighborhood residents, angry at what they regard as an intrusion, shout threats and obscenities at the policeman. The young man is wincing at fear of being accidentally shot by a sniper aiming at the officer. The fear of an unsuspected sniper attack is common among big city policemen and citizens alike. It usually centers around the Panthers. How violent are they? Their revolutionary rhetoric is extremely violent. While they work to prevent ghetto riots, they urge black people to get guns for self-defense from the police. The party's national chief of staff, David Hilliard, argues in favor of killing policemen who brutalize blacks.
We have a right to kill in defense of our own survival. And ain't no television in the world can distort that. I know you ain't gonna play it back the way I'm saying it, but I'm saying it anyway. We're gonna kill because we have to kill to survive.
Charles Gary, the Panthers' chief attorney, is a 60-year-old socialist, a liberal of the old order. Yet even he advises his clients that they are justified in killing under extreme circumstances if police ignore human rights.
And then you operate against that Gestapo policeman in a guerrilla matter, in a guerrilla warfare matter, much in the same way as the freedom fighters fought in Europe against the Nazi hordes. You can't meet them on a battlefield, you kill them, literally kill them, as they did in Europe. And you've got to do that once the police state has moved in and you've lost all your democratic rights. We have not reached that point, and we're hopeful that we will never reach that point. Certain members of the Black Panther Party are subjected to that kind of treatment, and when they do, they're justified in defending themselves with whatever means that are necessary. And I have so advised them as their general counsel.